complications of obstructive sleep apnea, snoring, and the obesity hypoventilation syndrome. The complications: one is hypertension, two is stroke, the aneurysm, rupturing of blood vessels in your brain, and high intracranial pressure. Of course, migraines are coming in as a result of that. Number three is pulmonary hypertension. And did you know that the drug that is used, that was actually intended to be used for pulmonary hypertension, is called sildenafil, Viagra? So let me tell you something about this sildenafil drug. Sildenafil was being studied. They were doing clinical trials for this drug to be approved by FDA to be used to manage pulmonary hypertension. Pulmonary hypertension means there's an increase in blood pressure in the arteries that are in your lungs, that supply the lungs, okay? So it was in clinical trials. And then as they were trying it on people, this man came in saying, oh, you know what? There's an improved power. I get so long erections and all this, and I don't know if it's the drug. Look at that. And also, some women came back to report, because they have to take this information for them to continue their trials. Women came in saying, we want that drug that you gave our men for hypertension, for pulmonary hypertension. And then they were asked why. The women are like, I have never seen my man this strong. I have never been a happy woman. This is now the happiness in me. So please bring back that drug. And of course, somebody somewhere was seated there. The same person who brought us the vaccines for COVID was seated there, and they were like, okay. Remember, the clinical trials for pulmonary hypertension are not over. Okay. And now, by chance, we call it serendipity. We now identify that that drug has a side effect of erection. Guess what happened? We now shift our attention from hypertension, we are going to erection. And within few years, that company had made billions of dollars by just selling that drug. And that's how that drug, the blue pill, became so known worldwide. A drug that was being studied to help people manage hypertension, now we've changed and made a lot of money from it being a drug for erection without even a clinical trial for the erection thing. So now, men who go ahead and take sildenafil to get that erection, to pound that young girl, because most men now are parking their vehicles outside campus to just pick these girls, and they want to experiment with the things they did not experiment when they are growing up. So lack of an identity. Most men who are married just don't have an identity. So they're going to pick campus ladies outside campus, and because they can actually buy them some few things here and there, and these ladies get excited, and they call you sponyo or sponsor. So you're so happy to be a sponsor in your old age. Instead of just making sure that you can actually retire without even problems, you're now there going to satisfy this lady who is super vibrant. You're not, of course, because your testosterone is going down because of your diet. You cannot fast. You drink alcohol. And now you want to lure this girl because you have the cash. And now guess what you do? You go and pop the pill. And now you want to prove a point. So let me tell you, let me shock you. Sildenafil dilates blood vessels. This is how it drops blood pressure. So it dilates blood vessels and the blood pressure falls. Amazing for somebody who has hypertension, right? But now this gentleman has taken drugs for hypertension already. So the blood pressure is even, let's say it's normal. Then goes ahead and takes the blue pill because we have a kidosho here. We have to prove a point. You swallow it. It dilates the blood vessels even further. You go into hypo. And since you're trying to prove a point, you know, when the body goes into hypo, the only pressure that is remaining in the heart is supposed to pump blood to the brain. So the body shuts down so that you only have low requirement of oxygen in the system. Now you're here, you're pumping, and you have very high requirement of oxygen, but your blood pressure is low because your blood vessels are dilating. Now there's no blood flow towards the head. What happens? A coma. We celebrate a gentleman for dying in action. Coma. Why? So why don't you fix the testosterone? Or if you have to use that drug, make sure that one, your legs are raised up a little bit so that you can improve blood flow towards the brain, and then let that young girl do what she has to do. Do not prove a point. Let her prove a point to you. Older men here, you will thank me later. For that advice alone, you will thank me later. Or else we will use you as an example. We will come here and we will say, oh, okay. His Excellency died in action. His Excellency was trying to prove a point to a 21-year-old. His Excellency at 60 was trying to prove a point to a 21-year-old. Ole wake. And we will come, we will chant one day, depression will die, we will walk, we'll make a walk, we'll come and light candles for you, Your Excellency. We'll light those candles there. And then when the candles go down, we go back to our life and we will remember you for dying in action, saving no one anyway. So pulmonary hypertension is there, stroke is there, arterial fibrillations are there. Imagine those, all these are complications of just being obese, having a double neck or a thick neck, the bull neck. So do you see how weight loss is important? When I insist on you fixing the gut, on you losing weight, do you see how it's important? And when I call it out as fat and then you get upset, the problem is not me. The problem is not even how I say it. The problem is you who is obese. Because if you are not obese, how will it affect you when I'm talking about fat people? Now, somebody will tell me there are some people who are thin and they snow. And of course, you have somebody who is thin besides you and they snow very well. So right now, as I'm talking about the obese, this thin guy here or this thin girl here who is always snoring is excited. Oh, okay, this is a topic for the obese. Hey, thin is the new fat. Thin is the new fat. So as you develop that fatty liver, you are messing up your nerves, you're messing up your stuff, you're messing up the system generally, and you end up having the same conditions as somebody who is obese. So obesity is both for the thin and for the fat. Only that your obesity is inside, the other's obesity is outside. So what do you do? If you're thin trying to add weight and nothing is happening, it means you have a messed up gut, you're eating very bad foods, you're not even fasting. So you need to start doing those things. Or else you suffer the same consequence. That's why you're thin and you're thinking, why am I thin and I still snow? And the doctor is talking about fat people. So how about me who is thin? What we want is lean people. We don't want fat people. We don't want thin people. We want lean people. Lean people. Oh, doctor, if I fast, I'll end up going into underweight. You're just waiting for pepo ipita na wewe. So fast, you've not been fasting and you're thin. So what makes you think if you fast, you go thinner? You've never fasted and you're thin. How did you end up being thin without fasting? And now you're blaming it on fasting. You're telling me if I fast, I will grow thinner. Oh, the wind will carry me out. I'm like, wait for tornado. So listen, so one thing that I've realized when I was trying to prepare this topic, I actually tried to consult a lot of people, and I always do that. And one of my friends told me, as I told you when we were starting this, they told me that she told me that in the West, in the European countries, they have these techniques and these they call it new devices to help people recover from sleep apnea and recover from these snoring issues. And then I asked her, what are these things? Because I was so intrigued, like, there's something that actually help people recover from this. And she tells me, there are things that you put in your mouth so that you maintain an open mouth when you're sleeping. I'm like, I was sleeping. That's more snoring. You end up taking in a cockroach. So instead of them just telling you, please lose weight and do this, simply just eat healthy, start fasting, do exercise, go run, enjoy the sun, ease up on stress levels, and get an identity. They'd rather open your mouth wide so that you can take all the insects at night. But of course, insects are rich in protein, but they prefer leaving your mouth so open. In the morning, you wake up with a very tired jaw and you did not have even enough sleep. So double tragedy. Sleep is very necessary. Ladies, if always you are angry in the morning, get some sleep. Sleep early. Men, if your emotions go up, I know most of the times, most men get angry when they're broke. When you don't have money as a man, anger is coming from everywhere. Yeah, you're just waiting for someone to tell you, hey, I don't have money. I wasn't asking for money. I was just saying, hi, how was your day? Yeah? So a man who doesn't have money, and during the mid month there, men get so angry because there's no money. Men who actually rely so much on a pay slip. We get so angry during the mid month. I don't know why. kuna hasira tu inakujanga na brokenness. Haikuangi rahisi. And women now, they get angry again because of lack of identities, and then they blame it on hormones. When I'm ovulating, I'm this way. When I'm having my menses, this is how I behave. So all of us are actually playing each other. Let's see here. Doc, my sis takes laxative daily. Is that okay? It's not okay. Tell your sister to eat healthy foods. Don't allow your sister to take laxatives just because she eats chapati, mandazi, bread, wheat, and all that. She wants to lock her system with a lot of fiber, a lot of unhealthy foods to mess up her gut, and then take a purgative. That is not right. Because remember, those purgatives stimulate the nerves that supply the rectum. So right now, she's addicted to them. She doesn't even know it. She cannot have a normal boil without the reflexes of those, without being stimulated by the laxative. So she might be addicted to it without even knowing, and now she can't get. And why would she take it every day? Like literally, why would she want to go to the loo every day? Is it because she just eats? She has to grow some discipline. Yes, Dr. Lewis.
Yes, my namesake. How are you?
I am doing fine, and all is well. How have you been?
Good.
Welcome on board, sir.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is it safe to ferment GMO cabbage?
Is it safe to ferment GMO cabbage that was planted with fertilizer, that was planted with, that was sprayed with chemicals? So if you're fermenting GMO,
No,
if you're fermenting GMO, what are you eating? You're just eating chemicals.
and there's no cabbage around. The normal cabbage around.
How do you know?
Because I'm out of the country.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Man, that's so unfortunate. I believe they're there, but they're expensive. They sell organic cabbages at an expensive rate than the normal cabbages.
Yeah,
Are you a Kenyan?
I've never seen.
Are you a Kenyan?
Dumuduya.
Man, you guys, please go work there, make some money, come back here, buy some land, plant your own crops, and take control. But now you see what they're doing. They know that that's the future. So what they are doing is they're trying to make sure they deviate that. And that's why the government is coming in with this agenda sponsored by this lady who has been nominated, a crazy lady, that now you have to have a license to be a farmer.
Yeah.
That's a crazy one, bro. That's a crazy one. Yeah, for now, you don't have an option. You can actually do that. If you find the organic ones, they're a little expensive, you can ferment that. If you don't find the organic ones, then I don't see how I can help. And I wouldn't want to advise you to ferment the GMO because of the glyphosates, of the fertilizer that are being used, and all that, bro. They're just crazy foods and they mess up your system like big time.
Yeah, I heard my friend who is admitted now.
Yes.
He was urinating a green green urine. What is the cause of that?
Did he pass through that Kenyan media station that was called out for gonorrhea? Yeah.
So from Denmark, it doesn't know.
Oh, he has to run some tests to see if that is actually an infected system before we even judge him or we even make an opinion of it. I hope when he's in hospital, he's going to get the best services and he's going to recover. But when he recovers, please remind him to join this platform because we have to, lazima tufanye unlearn. We have to make him unlearn things and start eating and leading a healthy life, okay?
But he never meets ladies.
But nowadays, men don't have to meet ladies to have sex.
You never meet men.
You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean, right?
No, that's why I'm telling you, he never meet me.
Yeah, so I'm not going to tell you to be careful. I'm going to tell you to know. Like that, we have our own private lives. We have secrets. There's that life that we want you guys to know, and there's that life that we know. The one that we know, we hide it. The one that we want you to know, we'll put it out there. So the crazy side is nowadays even married men are actually having affairs with other men. So you're seeing this guy all over. The wife is calling. The guy is always picking the call. Oh, I'm with Nick. Oh, I'm with this guy. I'm with this guy. So the wife trusts the guy. And yet it's a crazy world, bro. Yeah.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You're welcome. Have a good night too, sir. Nowadays, it's crazy. You might think that, oh, my husband is faithful. He's very faithful. 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 My husband hangs out with men. He has a team of men that actually make him a better man. Where? Your husband is busy on the side. Yes, Purity.
Oh, hello, doctor.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I fixed my kitchen early this year in February,
Yes.
but I have an 8-year-old son who still snores when
Yes.
he's sleeping at night.
Mm.
So I don't understand.
When you say you fixed your kitchen, what do you mean?
So I dropped the wheat,
Mm.
seed oils.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else did I do?
Sugar.
Like we don't eat, and I reduced all the refined carbs.
Mm. Why did you reduce instead of
Yes.
just dropping them? Because refined carbs are what children eat all the time.
It's like rice ugali.
Mm.
We eat like maybe once a week.
So what are your carbohydrate sources?
Pumpkin, matoke,
Mm-hmm.
nduma,
Mm.
and beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the father of your child present?
Yes.
No, actively?
Not that much.
Okay. So you live with your son.
Mm. Yes.
Help me understand if you're truly honest that you really changed your kitchen and you did it for you and your son.
I did for the whole family.
Mm.
And the greatest change I've seen is that he's not caught hormones for the
Okay.
last 2 school terms.
Okay.
And he has amblyopia, and we are due for a review in like a month's time. So I'm waiting to see if that change has also improved his eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you take him to an ENT?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Why don't you make an appointment with an ENT and just let him be checked of the structures of the neck? Let's see how the anatomy is functioning. Then after that, we can actually address it when we have a substantial diagnosis instead of just trying to guess.
Okay.
Don't you think that's a brilliant idea?
Right.
Is
It
he
is.
is he the one who is coughing?
No, this is it's another baby who has a cold.
Anyway, book an appointment with an ENT. Let them do an appropriate diagnosis, and then from there we can actually advise you about dietary modifications. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.